How about it, boys? Saturday games.
Saturday, Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
Christmas games.
Nice little Christmas present.
Yeah, we've got the Browns taking on the Packers in the first game. We've got listed here. Browns, of course, a little bit banged up and struggling with COVID.
Who's starting? Is it Case Keenum?
Oh, no, I think it'll be Baker. Should be back.
Baker's back?
Should be back. They had to play Nick Mullins in the game on the weekend.
Got them a W as well.
Yes, did get them the W. I think it helped having a full Chubb, as we alluded to.
Full Chubb, baby. Full Chubb's better than a half Chubb.
I don't think it's going to matter, though, against the Packers, unfortunately. Rodgers did throw 3 touchdowns last week to tie Favre for 442, I believe, touchdowns as a Packers quarterback.
That's right.
Number 442.
It's good to be a Packers fan, though. You go from Favre into Rodgers and you're set for almost 30 years' worth of quarterback play.
Jordan Love enters the chat.
Hopefully he can transition and be that.
So. Yeah, I don't know what
what was interesting about that 442 stat was Rodgers had about 100 less intercepts over that course of their careers.
Very efficient.
Yeah, and Favre also was a gunslinger and he didn't mind throwing it up there for potentially getting big gains, but he did get turnovers, so we'll see.
Baker Mayfield and Case Keenum both still on COVID-19 protocol.
Yeah, so they were early last week, so they should be getting close to coming off. Saturday game could be another Nick Mullins. Don't think it matters. Packers going to win this. Brown season likely done because I don't think they'll be last in their division. I think they already are last in their division, and that'll put them a game or maybe 2 games back from where they really need to be. So, Pack for mine.
I'll say Pack.
No Judas.
No, should get the job done. Monks, your thoughts?
Yep. I've gone Pack as well. I mean, they've already clinched that first NFC playoff spot. They are favourites at $1.26. The Browns are out at $3.85 at the moment. We have a line of 7.5 and total match points of 45.5.
Playable, but also quite short. What about this game? AFC Colts take on NFC Cardinals. Hey guys, Cardinals can't lose. Let's get them at $1.12. That's what we said last week. And then I woke up and the Detroit Lions did the Arizona Cardinals. It sucks because that was a leg, That's what's keeping you up in the morning.
Yep.
And essentially, the worst team in football beat arguably the best team in football.
Yep.
How does that happen?
Hard to say whether they're missing a little bit of chemistry with all the changes in the cards on the offense. Their defense maybe not where it needs to be. Run D wise as well, with JJ Watt of course being out for a while. But you think they would have adjusted to that?
Big question marks. Question marks.
Yeah, I think they lost James Conner through part of this game as well, but they had Chase Edmonds back. Yep. But again, guys coming in and out of the squad, they were missing something, and the Lions were up for this game. The Cards on the other hand were not. They are still 10-4. They can clinch a playoff position, but they are sliding of late.
2 in a row.
We'll get to lines in a minute. I'll mention that. Colts, on the other hand, Taylor has been carrying them. As you said, MVP. He had almost 30 touches, 170 yards and a touchdown. Wentz, on the other hand, couldn't really get much going, but I guess it didn't matter. The Pats, Duggar and Pittman got into a little bit of a scuffle. I did see this, and they both got ejected. EJ Speed became the first NFL player to record 2 touchdowns of block punts since Ed Reed. That's an interesting stat thrown in there.
Yeah.
For this game, though, what do you think? Colts are going to Cards. Cards will be at home. Who do you think is going to get a win in this one?
Indy, for mine. I think they've shown more recently than the Cardinals have shown. A lot can change in a week, obviously, but I know I like where Indianapolis is at.
I tend to agree with you, and I've also gone in Indianapolis.
Jeez, I think I might have put the curse on him. I mean, I've got the
Cards need a bounce back though.
Yeah, we've got there that cards are sliding. They do need a bounce back. But Colts are on the rise. The defense has been solid for them. Jonathan Taylor, as you said, obviously carrying the offense there. definitely playing off of that AFC South division title as well. So got everything to play themselves as much as the Cards do.
Two teams are done out of that 2-horse race.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And, yeah, I mean, we've always talked about the Titans, but, yeah, both have pretty good schedules, obviously, with the divisional games there against the rest of the teams. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But, yeah, I've also gone Colts.
Give some odds. Do the odds reflect that?
They do not. So, it's still very close, but the Colts are underdogs at $1.99. The Cards are sitting at $1.82 at the moment.
That's close.
Leave that shit alone.
Yeah, that's probably I think that's the closest odds I can remember this year. So
yeah,
there's been a few.
Definitely within that range.
Well, don't listen to us because the Detroit Lions were paying $6 last week, and no one would have seen that coming.
Yeah. No, we got a line of 1.5. Total match points of 48.5.
It's a lot.
Yeah, wouldn't go near that.
Yeah.
So Sunday early games. First game we got is Lions taking on the Falcons. Lions no longer the worst team in the league. The Jags have the number 1 pick currently. So then they got the number 1 or last seed, whatever you want to call it. So they've got first pick.
If you're not invested in this in fantasy or gambling, you need to check your pulse.
Yeah. Summarize. As we said, Lions got the win over the Cards, surprise win. Goff is efficient. Doesn't really have any superstars in any of the skill positions. The Falcons, on the other hand, they did struggle against the 49ers. They've got Pitts, and that's about it. Throw in some Cordell Patterson if they can get him open. They ran 13 plays within 10 yards without a touchdown. So they had 5 plays from the 1. That's pretty bad from the Falcons, not being able to punch it in. Do we put on the curse on the Lions? Are we all going to pick the Lions here? Or do the Lions return?
I attempted it.
Form?
I put it in there.
Oh, no, I picked Falcons.
Yeah, I'll go Falcons. But I have seen this come back straight in my face.
I jumped on the 49ers bandwagon. I'm jumping on the Lions bandwagon.
I like it. It might happen. Pays off once or twice.
Yeah, hoping for twice now. The bookies don't like it. They are underdogs. $3.18. The Falcons are favourites $1.36. That tells you where they're at.
They were $6. $6 to beat the Arizona Cardinals.
That's it. We do have a line of 6. Total match points of 42.5.
Don't like any of it. In a big matchup,
AFC
North. The Ravens at 8-6 are taking on the Bengals at 8-6. The Ravens nearly chased down the Packers with, as I mentioned before, that Tyler Huntley as their quarterback.
Yeah, no right to be in that game.
Yeah, and talk about Tyler Huntley's performance. I'm not sure if you can find some numbers real quick. I think he threw 2 touchdowns and had almost 300 yards. Good completion percentage.
Good numbers.
As a, what do you want to call him? Not de facto Lamar Jackson, but as in that Lamar Jackson kind of prototype, as the replacement, of course, with Lamar out, did the job. As a guy that I think he went undrafted, was barely scouted, and the Ravens picked him up, and he did well for them in the preseason, and he managed to make it on their squad as the backup quarterback. So, big shout out to him. I think that's really impressive. It kind of goes to show that, hey, they've got too many Mike Glennons going around the league, holding up spots for guys that potentially could come in and actually show their skills. They did, of course, lose to the Packers, I mentioned before. The Bengals had a really low-scoring affair against the Broncos in a game the Broncos potentially could have won in this. But I think they'll do better against the Ravens secondary than they did against Denver's secondary. Like we said, big playoff implications for this one. Really need to stay in the top 2 within the North to potentially go through the playoffs. Is Lamar back? Is probably one question, James.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the Bengals are, I think, pretty close to full strength. They've got everyone over there. I think I went Bengals because I like what they were doing. No, I haven't. I've gone Ravens with the upset of I don't know why I picked the Ravens.
Hard to split.
I think they're really close, and I think the last time I picked the Bengals, they kind of got blown out by the Ravens.
Let you down.
Yeah, let us down big time. So the Ravens definitely have talent. They are really banged up as a squad. I think this game may depend on if Lamar's playing or not. But then Huntley did pretty well. So
He's not bad. He looks like sometimes you watch him and you're like, oh, that's Lamar. And then you're like, oh, it's Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some really close games through this week. So this will be another one, and the odds might reflect that. Who'd you pick?
No confidence, but I've gone the Bengals as well.
Bengals?
At home, home crowd advantage. I think the Ravens. Yeah. I'm not sold on them.
No, neither.
Yeah, I think I've gone the Bengals as well. I'm just trying to quickly pick up on Lamar Jackson. He did not practice this week, so it will be interesting to see what happens coming into the game.
Indeed.
Do the odds reflect that at all?
Yes, they do. So Bengals are favourites currently at $1.65. Baltimore Ravens are out at $2.25, pending, I suppose, news of Lamar Jackson. We do have a line of 3 and total match points of 45.5.
Fair few points. Who knows?
Yeah. Don't like any of that.
Moving into the Rams and the Vikings. Interesting matchup. The Vikings trying to stay alive. The Rams going for that number 1 seed in the NFC. Cooper Kupp, what do you think?
Well, we talked about it before. He's definitely leading that Rams team now and has a great connection with Stafford. So
he's putting up some insane numbers.
Big numbers. Vikings, on the other hand, played they got a win, unconvincing win against the Bears, but a terrible game on primetime football. Please stop putting Bears on primetime. They are terrible.
Poor Chicago.
Yeah, I think Nagy's potentially going to get fired next week, but we will wait and see on that. For this one, I do like the Vikings' talent. They got Cook, they got Jefferson. Cousins maybe slightly uninspiring as a quarterback, and the defense probably not right there. Rams, Von Miller got his first sack for them.
Off the donut.
After the donut. And they've got that defense. They handled the Seahawks. I think they'll handle the Vikings as well.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think the Vikings a little bit underplayed. I think they're better than what their record suggests.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'll go the Rams here.
Yep, I have also gone the Rams. They are favourites, $1.62. The Vikings are out at $2.31 at the moment. We have a line of 3 and total match points of 49.5.
That's a lot of points.
There's a lot of points. Vikings have covered the line in the last 5 of 6 matchups against the Rams.
Again, don't like any of it. We go to a rematch and the Bills taking on the Patriots next with the Patriots, of course.
Seems like it was just last week.
Yeah, well, a couple of these teams have played each other within the last month. I think that's just kind of how the schedule rolled out for a lot of the NFL with the extra game coming in, the extra week for the season. Bills are 8-6, Patriots are 9-5. The Bills did get a win over the Panthers, who are on a big time slide, and that and Allen was not 100%. They did have a strong fourth quarter against the Colts. That was the Patriots. They started off really slow on that, and I think Mac Jones was struggled a bit, but then for whatever reason, they came back. I think Mac Jones kind of came alive in the fourth quarter. They really pushed hard to do that, but Mac's kind of come down to earth a little bit and potentially might be losing his hold on that Offensive Rookie of the Year award.
I think it'll be fun.
Either way, it is a rematch. This one, though, is at home for the Patriots. I think I've stayed with the Patriots against my own theory of you lose, you learn the most in a loss.
You win or you learn.
Yeah, so I think that I have still picked the Patriots. I just think the other Bill Belichick's got it over the Bills.
I'll go the Pats here. I think, I like where head's at, Sean. Bill. He owns the Bills.
That's it. Just back on Mac Jones, he is still locked in as a very heavy favourite for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
There we go.
Back to the game, I have also gone the Patriots. They are favourites leading to the match, $1.75. Bills are out at $2.08. We have a line of 2 and total match points of 43.5.
Don't like any of that.
No.
After how the first game went, I don't think, if anything, go unders. All right, let's talk about the toilet bowl. Jags, Jets. We'll run through this.
Quick.
Jags are a hot mess in Houston. They are the worst team in the league now, with Detroit getting their win. The Jets had a good first half, but then again also struggled. I think the Jets have more talent. I picked them. I think they'll get the win at home over the Jags.
Agreed. If you're watching this game, may God have mercy on your soul.
Well, the Jags, they fired their coach. Usually get a one win. The Jags are that bad. They couldn't get their bonus coach win. So they got nothing out of that.
I'll go Jets.
Max?
Go Jets. Yep. I'm just bringing up the odds now. I have also gone the Jets. I don't think you could touch the Jags on anything at the moment. That being said,
the Jags favourites.
The Jags are favourites. Closer odds than the first game we were talking about.
Yep.
Can't remember what it was.
So
long ago. They are favourites $1.87. The Jets are out at $1.93.
Both below 2.
Both below 2. Line of 1. Total match points of 41.5.
Don't watch this game. Don't bet on it. That leads us into the Giants taking on the Eagles. The Giants are still hurting. They're losing to Cowboys. Of course, last week they did lose Sterling Shepard with a torn Achilles. Believe Daniel Jones is going to be on IR with his neck as well. And they're going to have the other neck, Mike Glennon, play for them again, and he sucks.
No, come on. They're going forward with Mike Glennon.
It seems that by all counts they are, but he's not very good. The Eagles, on the other hand, they did capitalise on the COVID and got a win over the Washington football team. After being down, I think, 10 points in the first quarter, they came back and won that. They did finish with 238 yards rushing. First team with 175-plus rushing yards in seven consecutive games since the 1985 Bears. Is that real? That's an interesting stat.
I was just reading that during the week. I don't know if that... I don't know if it sounds real.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense with if Hurts runs and Sanders is killing it, but I don't think the Eagles were ever doing that good. In this game, it probably doesn't matter. I think Eagles are going to win. Giants are a basket case.
I'll go Eagles.
You want to think about that?
No.
No, yeah, I've gone Eagles as well. They are pretty heavy favourites at $1.21. The Giants are out at $4.45. We have a line of 9.5, total match points of 40.5.
The last game of the early games, the Chargers taking on the Texans. The Chargers did lose. I'll get to that in a second. Chargers did lose in overtime clash with the Chiefs. Herbert, of course, made it on the Pro Bowl wrestler, as we mentioned. They will smoke the Texans. I don't think we need to talk about it.
Probably Chargers should win.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But also, who knows?
Yeah, Chargers should win this. And that, I think, will keep them in the second place in the West.
Interesting division.
Very. Texans, again, another hot mess.
Bucks, Panthers. NFC. Let's just roll through it.
Odds, Bucks.
Do you want odds?
Nah.
Odds of the Chargers by a lot. All right, Bucks, Panthers. This again.
Bucks, Panthers.
Bucks lost the Saints. We talked about that. They did get banged up with injuries. The Panthers season, I think, is done. Newton's been pretty terrible for them in every start. So
He's a specimen.
He is. But mate, is he?
I'm telling. Yeah.
Is he more a Taysom Hill kind of quarterback now than the starter? So
yeah. That's it. Well, yeah, he's going on 12 straight starts for the Panthers and losing. Obviously, that being that bookending his stint over at the Pats. That being said, to highlight, I suppose, his freakish ability, he's extended his NFL record by scoring a rushing touchdown and passing touchdown for the 44th time in his career.
Don't know what helping them win, and I don't think it matters against the Buccaneers.
No.
Agreed.
Bucks by a lot. Monks, how should you pick Bucks?
All right, that scored 0 points last week.
Yeah, well, I mean...
They're not playing the Saints this week, so it's all that matters.
That's true. I think we're at $3 here. They are favourites at $1.19. The Panthers are out at $4.70 at the moment.
That's too short.
Too short, you reckon?
I reckon.
14.
What was that last week?
Yeah. Oh, well, Panthers aren't Saints, though. So.
Yeah. And I mean, Bucks, did you sign Bell? No. We do have a line of 10. Total match points of 44.
No, I don't like any of that. So I pre-jacked before Sunday late games. Now we'll jump into the Bears taking on the Seahawks. The Seahawks, I think, have won 2 in a row. Actually, no, they lost to the Rams, but they'd won 2 previous, I believe. Yeah, so they've been a little bit better with Russ, Danger Russ getting back on healthy, getting better with the finger. The Bears committed a bunch of penalties, lost the Vikings, as we talked about before. They stink. Seahawks don't look good against good teams. Nagy, I think I mentioned before, I don't think it makes the next season. He's going to get fired. Potentially after this loss to the Seahawks. I've picked the Seahawks to win.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'll go Seahawks.
All right, there's three Seahawks here. They are favourites, $1.32. The Bears are out at $3.40 at the moment. We have a line of 6.5 and total match points of 43.5.
Is this on the internet?
Yes. Just don't fall asleep, bro. Steelers Chiefs. Steelers get Joe Hayden back. They do have a good defense. 4 turnovers. Chiefs beat the Chargers. We mentioned before the walk-off touchdown. I also have gone the Chiefs.
Yeah, I've gone Chiefs as well.
And the odds in the...
Geez, we're running through these fast. I'm not going to be able to give us a total match points here.
I'm so pissed.
Oh god. So Chiefs are heavy favourites at $1.24. The Steelers are out at $4.10. We have a line of 7.5.
Oh, you wouldn't take that. No, you would probably.
You'd put it in a multi, and then it won't get up, and you'd be pissed. So.
You know what they call it in America?
What?
Parlay.
The parlay.
Parlay. It's like a Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Parlay.
No.
What do you say? Parlay.
All right. Broncos, Raiders, both at 7-7. Broncos do lose Teddy. He had a scary knockout and had to be carted off.
Is he okay?
By all accounts, yes. Scans came back all good. He in the concussion protocols, but he'll miss this week. Drew Lock will be this. Drew Lock will be the starter. The Raiders, did get a close win against the Browns there with a 48 walk-off field goal. Derek Carr has led them on 28 game-winning drives and has tied Wilson and Stafford for the second most in QB's first 8 seasons. I think Carr probably needs to get some props. He's got no coach. They got rid of most of his O-line in the offseason. Wall and Jacobs have been banged up.
His name's Derek.
Yeah. Ruggs, of course, in this situation. So he's been dealt a lot of tough hands in this. I think I've been Judas and picked the Raiders again to
2s and 4s.
To hopefully get some sort of magic juju back. I think the Broncos could and should win this game. But it'll be close. No, I went Judas anyway.
Fuck you, Judas. I'm going to go faith in the people because the Raiders keep fucking me up. Keep tipping them. Yeah. And they push it.
Yeah, well, every time I pick Denver, they lose. Every time I don't pick them, they may win. So
they may win.
I imagine the pick of a young Australian that has never been to America.
Halfway across the world.
They just check it in the ESPN's like, Sharon's picked. Oh, these picked us this week. Nah, boys, we got to pack it in.
I'm sure it plays into... You know what? I'm going to tip the Broncos.
Yeah, you just said that, didn't you?
Yeah, suck me off.
Max, go.
All right. I have also... tipped the Broncos. It's surprising on the tipping app.
Raiders are heavy favourites.
But the odds are in the other favour with the Broncos being favourites $1.87 and the Raiders out at $9. Oh, sorry, $9. Jeez, $1.90.
Raiders at $9.
$1.93.
Dirty cash, I want you.
We got a line of 1 and total match points of 41.5.
Yeah, wouldn't touch any of that. Drew Lock's career probably on the line here. Needs a good game. Because by all accounts, if you go in the betting market for Russell Wilson's next position, Denver heavy favourites to get Russell Wilson next year. That's what bookies think.
From Seattle to Denver.
Have to see. Washington football team takes on the Cowboys. Of course, Washington a bit banged up. They have the Coco. They did have Garrett Gilbert as their starting quarterback. He did sling it around a little bit, but he's... not the greatest. Antonio Gibson had a toe injury and was a little bit lame, but he did play out the whole game.
Went over 40 yards.
26,
I think he got.
Yes, 26 yards rushing,
touchdown,
40 yards receiving something, and a touchdown. So,
just don't bet. Like,
yeah,
that's my advice.
Yeah. Don't add that extra
Kids,
leg
don't
into the
bet.
multi.
Just don't do it.
Otherwise, you end up like this.
Christmas party lads.
Cowboys defense is playing pretty well. The offense is coming around, but it's an offense that is so high powered and potent that is struggling, and they're still 10-4. So we'll see how they go on that. Diggs, as we mentioned, has a league high 10 interceptions, and he's one short of the team record that Walls set in 1981. I've gone Cowboys, I believe. Yes. What about you?
Boys, I'll go to the boys.
Boys for the boys.
Yep.
Boys for the boys.
That makes three of us. They are heavy favourites, $1.18. The football team are out at $4.95. We've got a line of 10.5 and total match points of 47.5.
Then I think the last game in the round, the Monday night football game, we've got the Dolphins taking on those almighty Saints, as we talked about. Both 7-7. The Dolphins on a 6-game run. They're the second team to get to 7-7 after a 1-7 start. The other team was the 1974 Jets.
7-4s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Saints have the Bucks number, as we mentioned before. They got a lot of pressure on Brady and really riled him up to the point that Brady ran over the sideline and swore at the coach. Right. That's not a taunting penalty.
Of course not. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
The Saints offense, though, outside of Kamara, really, they've got nothing, and they only were able to kick field goals in this.
Sure.
I've picked the Dolphins.
Fins for the upset. 6 in a row.
Yep.
I'll go to the Saints. I'll go to the Saints on the basis of them playing good defense. But who knows?
Yep.
Battle of the South.
Yes.
I have also gone the Saints for this one. They, I guess, again, favourites $1.58. The Dolphins are out at $2.39, so that's a juicy underdog there, Sean. We have a line of 3 and total match points of 38.5.
I don't like any of that. Still.